Hello everybody and welcome to this course. The course contains of two sessions. The first sessions contains of four lessons and the second session contains of three lessons. The first sessions of the course I will explain the budget, how can we design a budget, and then we'll talk about the tracking. How can I track the expenditures from the budget into actual expenditures and projection? And then I have the variance. And then I will talk about staffing. How can we manage the staffing? And what is the advanced formula that we are using to calculate the leave without pay, for example, additional pay, per diem, assurance rates, and etc. I will explain the expenditures. How can we track our expenditures here? Then it's automatically calculated in the tracking as actual expenditures. Then we'll explain the procurement plan. How can we design the procurement plan and link it to the tracking so we have very accurate, uh, very accurate expenditures matching with the total of the budget. Then I will explain something. How can we make a validation using the control sheets and linking the cells to the main uh, main tables using the validation which is in data validations. Through the first sessions, I will explain a formula relates to, first of all, VLOOKUP. I will explain VLOOKUP. I will explain here um, some ifs plus if, and then I will explain other formula like network days, max min, and how can we use it with the other formulas. And the budgeting, I will explain as well the validation, how can you make these validations. And then when you select something, then if I select something here, then some specific lists will appear here. So we'll explain this as well using the VLOOKUP. The first class will be designing a template. So, and then the second lesson will be putting the uh, expenditures and designing the formula. The third lesson will be staffing and how can we track our staff, or how can we design and put the salaries of the staff and depending on their full-time or part-time. Then the last class for the first session in this course, it will be expenditures and how can we put the expenditures here and link them to the tracking here and understand the formula, which is sum product, where we have it's and use sum product, which is here, and benefit from the other formula next to the sum product to calculate all the expenditures um, from the expenditures table. During the last class, in the fourth class, I will explain what's the difference between using a table and a cell, and what's the difference between both of them, and how can we use some product or some ifs or count ifs, and what's the difference between when we work with the cells and when we work with a table. So this is a general explanation about the first session. The second session, it will be how can we use a Kobo toolbox in order to record our staff in the field, recording their daily activities, and recording their leave without pay, recording their extra hours or overtime, and then that one will reflect here to calculate and add that to the main salary or reduce from the main salary. So it will come here automatically. So the staff will work on the tablet when the expenditure come here automatically. And the second session will again be on the expenditures. How can we fill a form in a tablet where the expenses come to the expenditures here without filling by hand? Then the budget holder will just look at this tracking table and see everything. In this way we will finish this course which relates to budgeting. These budgets depend on the non-profit organization, whether they are governmental or non-governmental. We'll go through it and explain in details how can we use the budget and divide it. I just give you samples and what is necessary to be there in the budget. So I hope we start with the first class, designing a template. So let's go with the first class.